Hi, Ann. Good evening. My name is Cameron Buss. I heard that your wonderful team over at Aveda is looking to hire a new massage therapist. I'm reaching out because I currently am enrolled at Aveda Institute of Beauty and Wellness on the Madison campus. Um, I actually graduate on April 27th of 2022. My contracted date is until May 9th, and I take the MBLEX test on May 10th of 2022. Once fully licensed, I would love to come and join your team at Aveda and make a tremendous asset to your company. How can I do that? Well, I find that the best way to think about it is realizing, just how busy we all are in this world. We all have a full plate. We're all super busy. Time is of the essence. And everyone's just always running around so much, just to ensure that they're making sure that they finish the job, start the job, and finish the job, whatever that job is. For me, even though everyone's plate is full and everyone's super busy and time is of the essence, I feel that we should all still find ways to go above in beyond. I remember my last few months in the Marine Corps. Um, I was working on my paperwork to get out of the service for my honorable separation from the service. And I was actually going through a few personal struggles at that time. And even though I was going through these struggles, and I wasn't really part of the motor pool, which is just where all the trucks go for service and everything, and where they're all stored for training events. And even though I wasn't really part of the motor pool anymore, I still found the time, and maybe this is an honor thing, I still found the time to, even though I should have been focusing just on my paperwork and my personal issues, I still found the time to make sure that I came in to teach the new Marine his dispatching duties, while also, heading a major training operation, and setting that up for my superior at the time, my Staff Sergeant Cardenas. I still found the time to do those type of things. To me, that's going above and beyond. When you're getting out of the service, you're getting out of a job, whatever, retirement, or just changing, whether it's changing location, you move into a different state, whatever, that you're finding the time to ensure that you're taking care of what's important. And what's important is, the business, in not every sense, but in this sense. You want to make sure that you are going above and beyond. And if you can do that as you're leaving a company, organization, like I did in the Marine Corps, you're really showing your dedication, not just to the corporation, but really it's more important in showing the dedication that you have to yourself and your own work ethic. This really falls in line with being accountable. I'm not perfect. I hope most people would agree with that statement, not just about me, about themselves. None of us are really perfect. To me, knowing that means that I know that I'm going to make mistakes from time to time. To me, each mistake is handled in a little bit of a different manner every time. So for me, there really isn't one specific mistake that I can elaborate on or that I will elaborate on, because what I feel is most important is the ability and capacity to learn and grow from the mistakes made. This shows me that, I know how to be proactive. And if I was a manager, it would show me that the person I'm looking at knows how to be proactive to best resolve the issue using communication skills, which is the best way to go about, handling a mistake. Whether that mistake was done filing something wrong, incorrectly putting something somewhere, whatever it is, that you can express your mistake, that you feel you have the courage to be able to stand up and say, I've made these mistakes. This is what I've done. How can we resolve this? These are communication skills that allow you, again, to have that moral fortitude to admit fault, as well as the means to converse about solutions to fix the mistake or mistakes made. It's my personal choice to find accountability this way. The accountability of moral fortitude through admission. We all make mistakes. We say things sometimes that, we do wish we could take back, but you can't always take them back. Some things that are heard can't ever be unheard. Some things that are seen can't ever be unseen. So I'm not perfect, and I don't think anyone truly is. I think how we handle our mistakes really speaks volumes of who we are. With that being said, that kind of goes hand in hand with bettering your best. Always looking to grow, and always learning to gain more experience. Just like having the accountability to admit mistakes, we should be bettering ourselves through growth. Over this past year, I have found that I have been focused on improving my listening skills in order to better hold space for people, a space where there's no judgment. You are accepted for who you are, what you do, how you be, and how you live, and what choices you make. So holding that space for those that is needed. Maintaining a self-care regimen is number 2, very huge on my list. This, in my opinion, shows the ability to follow through. It also shows potential clients, customers, what you see is what you get kind of aspect. Somebody who wants, physical advice, about their body, the way their tissues, move, or why there's tender, would be to go to somebody who touches tissues. So I feel like I've wanted to really hone in on that ability to both feel that myself, but feel that in others. And finally, I think probably the number one, I saved the best for last in my opinion. And finally, it's harboring meaningful relationships in my life. And harboring meaningful relationships doesn't mean just focusing on past relationships. I actually think contrary to that. Harboring meaningful relationships isn't just about existing one. It's also about creating and cultivating new relationships. Harboring relationships also has that little factor of mending or strengthening existing ones. So it's not just paying attention to ones that have already existed, but how can this relationship grow? If the relationship is in a break or has some weakness in it, how can we strengthen, or mend the relationship, especially if it's one worth holding on to? The other, like I said, creating and cultivating new relationships, especially ones that are healthy, new, healthy, lasting relationships. That's only something that you can look for towards your future, because they're new. You haven't met these people yet. So kudos to anyone who is out there looking forward to creating and cultivating new relationships with new people. lasting, healthy relationships. This really goes hand in hand with my next point, which is about mutual respect. Mutual respect is, without respect, there's very little. Especially when it comes to relationships, a lot of times when respect is lost, love can be lost. Not that this is an intimate or romantic relationship, but every relationship, even a business, employer to employee, can have some sort of sentiment. That sentiment can be emotional. So you want to have mutual respect. Joining any new team means cultivating new relationships. So this goes hand in hand with what I just said of bettering my best. Relationships thrive with mutual respect. I can tell you about a time when I had joined the Marine Corps, began a new journey. Though the experience was refreshing, it was very wild. It was new. It was a lot of things. And all I can really say is that team building was a major part of this experience for me. Meeting new people, learning how to cultivate new relationships, some that are still lasting to this day. For me, what I did was I gained a lot of respect through my personal work ethic. Others saw that, when it came time to get work done, there was no shying away from doing that. Whatever needed to be done. Being responsible and reliable is a great way to earn others' respect. Along the lines of mutual respect can go hand in hand with a transparency. This transparency in being a team member, means being understanding. So again, understanding shows mutual respect, shows that you're bettering yourself, shows that you're being accountable, shows that you serve from the heart. Now, not everyone always sees eye to eye. There will be times, when we question processes and procedures. Addressing these issues is best handled through articulate conversation. Being able to explain why you do or don't feel there is an issue. And also being readily able to provide a platform, not only to just listen to others and to hear others, but to be heard by others. Their solutions or reasoning of a process or procedure. So if you go to a boss, why is this process and procedure in here? Let me tell you, this is why. I questioned many processes and procedures when I was in the service. I would just collect myself. I would organize my thoughts on a specific matter, present myself to my superior in a professional manner, and have an adult conversation. Explain why I felt, what was being done, didn't need to be done. This isn't easy for everybody. Not everyone is going to see eye to eye. It just goes back to my main statement about transparency. Having a high potential means understanding transparency. And finally, the three qualities that I feel make me stand out from others are holding myself accountable, doing my work, working hard in crunch time, and always giving my best effort, owning my mistakes. Giving my best effort sometimes can just be admitting mistakes made. Ever learning and growing. I'm reliable, I'm responsible. My constant continuing education and my ability to listen to others who have experienced more than I have shows my ability to be ever learning and growing. And finally, it's my communication skills. I think that's the number one thing that makes me stand out. My ability to articulate myself, my ability to speak wisely. Not always, I'm not perfect. Um, but more importantly, I think it's communication skills have to do with reciprocation, hearing others while also being heard by others. Um, Being able to follow through with your ability to hold space. Sometimes people don't want you to give them a solution or fix something. What they want is they want you to listen and acknowledge simply that you are listening. So if your company is seeking a candidate who is motivated, outgoing, and able to strengthen your team, look no further. You can contact me on my personal cell phone, 608-250-9788. I also have several social media accounts that you can also reach me at. My Facebook and my Instagram are at Making Magic Healing Happen. All one word. Magic is spelled Magyk. So again, that is my social media accounts at Making Magic Healing Happen. I appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to become a part of your wonderful team, and thank you for your time and consideration. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you. Goodbye.